Suzuki has just released a bike that seems really special. And this bike is known as one of Suzuki's superior sports motorbikes, the GSX-8R. In addition to high performance and sophisticated technology, it competes in the hotly crowded middleweight segment, serving duty as a nemesis to the Yamaha YZF-R7. Ever since it came out, we've been wondering just how well it matches up against the YZF. If you've been wondering the same thing, consider your wish granted, because we'll be answering this very question today. Without further ado, here's an in-depth comparison between the 8R and R7. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe right now and hit the bell icon to get notified my future videos. The Yamaha YZF-R7 is one of the most capable middleweight sports bikes out there. It's based on Yamaha's top-selling MT-07 platform, albeit with various refinements across the board to suit the YZF tag. Apart from that, this motorbike also has several advantages. That's a very good appearance. Then what makes this motorbike so popular is that it uses a 689cc CP2 engine, which is easy to control, and the bike also has a fairly aggressive design. The GSX-8R is Suzuki's first middleweight sports bike in a long time. It follows the new trend of twin-cylinder sports bikes to launch an attack on Kawasaki and Yamaha. At its heart is Suzuki's new 776cc engine, which debuted last year on the GSX-8S and V-Strom 800DE. Both the YZF-R7 and GSX-8R borrow their engines from their respective naked siblings, the MT-07 and GSX-8S. Each one has a parallel twin layout, under 800 cubic centimeters, and liquid cooling, along with a 6-speed transmission. But Suzuki's engine is quite new, which gives it an advantage. The GSX-8R is equipped with a 776cc parallel twin engine which produces 82 horsepower at 8,500 RPM. And the torque is 80 Nm at 6,800 RPM, with a compression ratio of 12.8 to 1. And power-to-weight ratio is 0.18 horsepower per pound. On the other hand, YZF-R7 is equipped with a 689cc parallel twin engine, which produces a power of 72.4 horsepower at 8,700 RPM, and 65 Nm of torque at 6,500 RPM. Then the compression ratio is 11.5 to 1, and the power-to-weight ratio is 0.17 horsepower per pound. With extra cubes to displace, the GSX-8R produces nearly 10 horsepower more than the YZF-R7. Plus the former's power kicks in earlier than the latter, meaning stronger acceleration. Same goes for the torque, as the 8R is again advantageous. However, the R7 claws back some points with its considerable near 40-pound weight lighter. As a result, the Yamaha's power-to-weight ratio is awfully close to its rival. Team Blue also claims a higher fuel efficiency, which makes sense given its lower compression ratio and smaller capacity. It's still a win for the GSX. Like the engine, the 8R and R7 feature upgraded underpinnings over their naked counterparts. Upside-down forks, monoshock, 17-inch wheels, and dual front discs are common between them. So the differences are in the intrinsic details. The YZF-R7 is equipped with fully adjustable 41mm KYB forks with 5.1 inches travel in the front, and a KYB monoshock with same 5.1 inches travel in the rear. But the new GSX-8R features Showa kit, with 41mm SFF BP forks with 5.1 inches travel in front, and a monoshock preload adjustable with 5.1 inches in the rear. They're still non-adjustable, other than for rear preload, but the uprated parts promise improved handling. In the stopping system part, the 8R's got dual 4-piston radial mount, Nissan calipers at the front with 310mm discs, allied to a single piston rear and 240mm rotor. While the R7 comes with dual Advix 4-piston calipers and 298mm discs up front, with a Brembo radial front master cylinder. Non-switchable ABS comes standard and seems to have been calibrated for a balanced level of intrusion. Though both bikes have similar suspension, the GSX-8R flexes separate function forks, unlike the R7's standard upside-down forks. This, complemented by the 8R's bigger front rotors, gives the former a clear advantage. To make matters worse, Suzuki has also limited its sports bike seat height to a low 31.9 inches, a full inch less than the R7. So if you're looking for sport bike, definitely R7 is the right answer. That's because of smaller wheelbase, sharper rake, and a more committed riding triangle. I suggest you sit on both to see which suits you better. When it comes to the features, this is where the GSX-8R lands its biggest punch. Thanks to its handful of electronic aids and fancy TFT instrument cluster, we see interesting features like quick shifter, traction control, and riding modes in the 8R that the R7 lacks. So if you're someone jumping from a 250-300cc, the Suzuki will be the safer option for you. If we judge them from design perspective, the table turns, because we cannot deny that the R7 is a sexier sports bike compared to the 8R. Meanwhile, the design of the GSX-8R is not very attractive to some people, including me. I'm not actually a Suzuki hater here, but we have to admit that if we had to choose between these two models based on their design, I'm sure many would think that the R7 wins hands down when it comes to design. Considering all the aforementioned bits, the new GSX-8R is more than capable of taking on and dethroning the YZF-R7. It has better features and more power, plus promises an easier to live with experience. If that's not convincing enough, Suzuki has also priced its latest sports bike quite competitively. It retails at $9,439, just $240 more than the Yamaha. Considering a two-way quickshifter can cost as much as $400, you're getting a lot on the GSX for just $240. In terms of performance and electronic features, 8R is definitely the winner, but if it comes to the design, in my personal opinion and many people, the Yamaha R7 is probably better than the Suzuki GSX-8R. At the end, the final decision comes back to you. Which one would you like to have in your garage? Yamaha R7 or Suzuki GSX-8R? Share your comments with us. Thanks for watching and see you the next one.